It started with a knock that rattled my coffee mug. I opened the door to find my neighbor Carl, red-faced and shaking a finger toward my roof. "You can't point that thing at my windows," he said. I looked up at the small wind meter I'd mounted 2 days earlier, a cheap weather gadget that fed data to my laptop. "It measures wind speed, not your life," I told him. He muttered something about privacy and stomped off. I figured that was the end of it. 3 nights later, the wind meter was gone. Just the bracket left, bent like someone had wrenched it free. I would have written it off as vandalism, but when I checked the pressure readings, the last data spike didn't match any outdoor gusts. The pressure change came from inside the house, specifically the attic. Someone had opened the hatch at 2:17 a.m. The next morning, I called the police. Officer Duran climbed into the attic with a flashlight while I waited below, heart pounding. "You store old papers up here?" she asked. "No," I said, "just insulation." A moment later, she came down holding a handful of gray fibers. They looked like shredded newspaper, yellowed and fragile. "We'll bag it," she said. "Might be nothing." But I saw her expression, tight, uneasy. 2 days later, she called me back. The fibers matched clippings from an old missing child case, 18 years cold. I looked up the name online. The child had vanished from this very block, my block. After that, everything changed. I started digging through property records at City Hall, my stomach in knots. The house's sale file was stamped in blue ink, March 14, 2006, clerk initials MT, but the signature on the disclosure form was dated 3 months earlier and didn't match the seller's handwriting. Next to it, a zoning variance had been filed under Ordinance 11-204, granting temporary access to shared attic space. My house didn't have shared attic space. I printed everything and took it to Duran. "He forged this," I told her. "He used the ordinance to get into the attic before I bought the place." She looked at the papers, then at me. "You sure you want to push this?" she asked. "Yes." For a week, I barely slept. I filed an injunction to block any further property claims, then called a local reporter. When the story aired, Carl tried to deny it, said I was fabricating evidence. But the reporter held up the document on live camera, pointing to the mismatched signature and the clerk's unbroken stamp line. The audience saw it, his face drained of color. Police searched again with a warrant. They found a sealed tin box wedged behind a support beam. Inside, photographs, a lock of hair, ticket stubs from the night the child vanished. Carl was arrested before dawn. That evening, I sat on my porch, the wind cutting clean across the roof where my wind meter used to spin, and I realized sometimes the air itself remembers what people try to bury.